because of the future of our children and our children's children. Ghana does not belong to anybody, it belongs to all of us. And all of us have a stake in this country. And so the people of Ghana are looking up to us. They are crying to NDC because NDC is the viable alternative. They are crying to NDC to come and rescue them, and we dare not fail them. And that is why. And the worst one is the economic management team. Now people are running away. Now that the economy has collapsed, the solid team, those who were part of the solid team, people are washing their hands and saying they don't know anything about it. And yet, when Bawumia was mentioning their names, they were sitting there and clapping, they were all happy. Professor Jambafo, Honorable Osafo Mafo, Kendo Furiata. What a solid team. Alan Tremantin. This is the solid team. Solid team here. They finished us. Kwata. And the sad thing is, when you ask them, oh, it's because of Ukraine war. Ukraine-Russia war is because of COVID-19. COVID-19, Lafika. COVID-19, Lafika. During COVID-19, you got more money than any other West African country. IMF alone gave you $1 billion. Then they gave you a second time $1 billion special drawing rights. IMF alone $2 billion. Bank of Ghana 10 billion cedis. Stabilization Fund $275 million. World Bank $930 million. African Development Bank, EU, Germany, all of them gave you money. So it was rather a windfall. And look at how they spent the 21 billion. For those of you who have followed parliamentary work and the Auditor General's report, the published Auditor General's report, you weep for Ghana. Never again should we as Ghanaians sit and let one president and his family come and take this country and make it end up the way they have. We should not allow it because of the future of our children and our children's children. Ghana does not belong to anybody, it belongs to all of us. And all of us have a stake in this country. And so the people of Ghana are looking up to us. They are crying to NDC because NDC is the viable alternative. They are crying to NDC to come and rescue them, and we dare not fail them. And that is why. And the worst one is the economic management team. Now people are running away. Now that the economy has collapsed, the solid team, those who were part of the solid team, people are washing their hands and saying they don't know anything about it. And yet, when Bawumia was mentioning their names, they were sitting there and clapping, they were all happy. Professor Jambafo, Honorable Osafo Mafo.
Now I'm going to try Abba. Na yini abema Cletus and na or Casano. Etikle, so they can also Bawumia's vision lacks substance and originality. Minority na Casenti. What's your take on that?
So Primus na master team for say amumbi omasuye na omties. Bishop Primus, for the first time in our political history, Yenya Obia Opese Babidi Omampeni. Now, the vision and then the policies and then the principles that then guide in the senior of Babidi Omampeni. And manage because Primus, that is the way to go. Maya Yini, near Percy, a Koya Nimono. I believe, sir, and cannot end it for them bent one crazy more echo among for copy vote tonight. My PM is
bent to another quiet.
I'm the minimum, but now
you are some.
You the WhatsApp room, because you wanted
Me, David, maybe free chromes. I don't bent from the heading. Omundi no omundi yede omundi komo mu yede so mu nsa
yeah no the mom there for vote by say you do am crash some na crash some be crazy at light ni ho
crazy dey magie di na bento ade
e ka ho crazy matches bento ane sa na manam dey doors
let's meet you
now the point I'm making is in this modernization you do so fishing policies the ideas and you have to that one and no, Nina Sontina for the first time. Who said, me call radio station, we are, I may bore you at your mama, Basso say. I think for the first time, the NDC, your mama has been able to come up with a policy year, a year of national discourse, a year 24-hour economy. I may come ask them.
Okay.
Me Bonabasu because, sir, Primus Yegusami 2008. Na NDC for calling election, what was their big policy of national discourse will be a year same as 2012, 2016. All that now we knew say, Obidia what the abano, or more can say, ye, and I say, or more a counterfeit of that. That is why I praised the NDC, your mama said, for the first time, he is up with a policy, whether you like it or not, but a policy of national discourse. That is why I am also happy to say, you are Baumia, and today the policy have Babu Tuga. When you manifesto improve, Primus and no Ayakoi, or Biawo principles, need visions, need values, a guidance, give you away BM, or professional, so your cameraman, so your journalist, so your teacher, so I did away BM, or personal principles here. Those principles guide you in everything that you do. There are Baumia, who say, so to about me, say, and now the person will do a money day, echo, so that it helps you in your expectations.
Yeah.
And now, as soon as that's how one my party now, you have crafted manifesto. We will also consider the leader's vision and mission. We are so factor because manifesto in the air candidate in the manifesto, political party in the manifesto. And so, what about the trouble on this year? Party not say a crafted manifesto. They bring so independent word here in the camp. The vision and the policy, so you craft it around that. Into that bois. Now, okay, can send me brave. Now, I never quite am it then, and say the NDC and the opposition, and I'm not bear me and Sape and Munya and can find you. But I must say, E-levy. Now, okay, and now. Yeah, they buy.
Yeah.
You know, so they cannot believe him because or can be it's more in the home friend film. It's a very legitimate commentator to make. Be that as it may, near Gusa say, or more Casano, or when you send me a mamu and a mam ran a chana. I will on my penya beggar home. In your bar, a course, a article 60. Let me address a government more specific enough what go a bit into it.
From my meet you.
Now, the article 60 talks about the role of the
vice president, yeah.
In which of the sections of the article 60 is CPF and even the casse on the better economy. So there's nowhere in article 60 of the constitution. I can say the vice president is responsible for the economy. Now let me give you.
So why is he the economic
management team?
Yeah, on the
management team was crafted. It is not a constitutional establishment.
Sure.
It's not a parliamentary establishment. It was established by the Ahoy brothers in 1986. Now Yura, J.J. Rollins, a young man, now Yura Atamus, a young vice president, Atamus, a VAT but they had an airborne mine. And not the vice president's role was more of a ceremonial something.
Okay.
And then they wanted to give the vice presidency some level of recognition. And the white brothers first said, You like getting always one year economists or no, so the only baby I will free.
Yeah.
And I wish and so as you economic or the value and give swap by economy. Let's really give him a special role in that. Make Maka say, I don't know when I have papa, and yet it is not binding on any president to use. In fact, or not, you are at a mess and poor or not pencil. Yet this are EMT by ya or not down or not by ya, man, Penino. One fat EMT and ya, you man, go no a power ye, Presidential Advisory Board. Because we are running an executive presidency where all authorities, all powers in Article 58(4) have said, everything you is expressed in the President of the Republic. And Nunti Enna, Niti at the ballot paper, so our Ghana have a beer, no beer to about 50% in the year. And also, and as the minister being a Jumabrass and Koya, it will be a store, no someone penino. Some say, or no man, when the change with the cassette, who may vice president with Jejuma with for mammy, way 5 way for mammy. Now, the campus say the EMT, economic management, is made up of people. Now, who call my objection having? Many I said, I did a top board, I will EMT, and I say a discuss here. We don't come out to bring the details, say, I do a Abano, EMT, I got to me, again, 15. But the moon night when the did sell is a 6 with the money, and I said the money, you don't come out to explain that because it is not ethically right. Because when a collective decision is taken by a group of people, whether you had a dissenting opinion or not, because you are appointed by the president, when the president says, now what dissenting opinion, that at that point, your dissent opinion is put somewhere, then you have to only support what is being done. And Nuntina, Primo Sobekaya, here called IMF, they were finance minister, and the Kaya say, we are a proud nation, young call IMF, focus of the have always been against going to IMF. But when the president, in whom the executive authority is vested by the constitution, the car say,
the executive powers.
Power, the car say, the corner. Who finance minister, no, Satan will opinion here, day.
The form cram.
And now, also one point, one I will say, agreement with because the executive power reside in the president of the republic.
So now finance minister and the noon say I'm why.
Oh, you know what you're not your say. Or after happens, you know, to say me, Felegal, or not, but oh, you're to about my own finance minister.
Okay.
So the executive authority. First in the president says we are going.
So now me to say na executive sorry ni manfo ni bebre no wono mo watwa no wanhia no na bebre na hodi the view say say kwa IMF no.
No, I mentioned the finance minister because he is the person who came out publicly to say that we are a proud nation and that we are not going to IMF. So for him I can talk about one or more
to what kind of one because one could take executive power. Okay.
You see, the president in whom the power is vested, he also sees beyond the
finance minister. And
also they are accountable to the people.
Yeah.
In Tono, who is okay, many out of a mammy, Mrs. who is saying, you see at the bed. Don't forget to say, the president also gets advice from elsewhere.
Oh, sure.
Say about the economy and not only the economic management team. If about legal issues, not only the attorney general. It's about whatever. You know, the president where he sits, he knows and he sees more than every woman when you were the woman.
Okay.
Now, the vice president publicly, let me know by Eka Pasaf Mafu and then Kojo Ponkroma. As Mama say, this is a second person report. Say almost say vice president know your integral part of therefore said now the vice president himself now start with Peace FM. If you know say unsupported say you better say mobile money Primus, I do not want to move here.
So how can you peace FM, right?
And to step on one or no, if the no more about no can. And then you have your bunk of my air cassette, or you want no account will be. Which of these two should I believe? I will believe that the one coming from the 5% whole mouth. And now, attitude, maybe be a say he has never been a supporter of E11.
Because when I can't want to be
no mum say at the top EMT and you may discuss it. Now say members no more doors with it to say no as vice president no ever say on pair it become a collective decision.
Okay.
That decision is not implementable unless it go to cabinet. A cabinet is so or also Timubi. I think he also expressed the dissent opinion of EMT news also cabinet and also so say nipa. I walk on the doors, not on my penina, be the other child who is to cassette, the first and he will also pass it. And now, Yura Baumia said, now, me as Dr. Alagi Mahmoud Baumia, me, Mr. I am also a man of myself. Sir, Mr. Baby, dear man penia, me, dear, may ye in the day, if you I do not support that. Way and Kobika we are and Caboni Ben and Waka say a man like a media Nimua. When he has already said, so one for so no, I say, can we have not to swear, and it's for say, Omunia. Now, young just separate to say, your Becca, or cat or no as human being. Or not as Dr. or only personal vision.
Okay.
Sir, you take the motive them one way. One now your host, producer or technicians or sir, a tear for Naka for no more trip, you might be no. War, Primus will be a near day, war.
Sankoya.
Ankoya. One that is going a bed. Ever ball. FBI now produce an outcast 1 5 thing to 1 far and to so. But you hold executive authority. I can't make it understand. Dr. Like Abekasa, what can say be now? Primus and yesterday. Na and Yamama say yen NDC for a casse. Say or per se, ya Ginny say I'm passing all castle about the year the floor. And ya now can't bear muno, or yin floor me again. And it is so laughable that when the NDC know. And Omuni Pa say, so what executive powers here? One to me, maybe be a vice president. You can only go and advise when your advice find favor in the authority like the president. Fine. Never say I'm finding favor. I see why. And I want to me a head of my penny book. I didn't think about the castle or my penny when you come to say no one chain as point to me about the castle. I need to know say. Maybe dear, somebody sending say in the mayor. Now, say any food Sasa, me so say. And yeah, you are your mamma put here, no the executive power to do all the things that he is moving from region to region saying he is going to do. And he was a someone or your man penina look at the executive power to do all those that he say he is going to do today. I didn't say why in a summer. If really the NDC is asking, say, or one person would say, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, bet me a hill of and pampa, and then also baby, or any no can't bear mono. And not or moon put there. Now, you are John the executive power of it. Yeah. I didn't tell them one our workers or banning me, you know. I didn't tell them no executive for 1 minute and they are now asking somebody who do not have the executive power to execute an APR. Now, no more can say, yeah, Papa, he made it clear, say, about the digitization or could the blessing of the president. And my education is when they said they are showing, sir. And so when he executes and implement that, he can boldly say, I did when your man pay Emma made the blessing to lead it. And I'm telling them, I hear. Or can drones like a health minister and can do my now, sir, no, ọkọkọdé blessing from ampany ma ọkọkọhyia ọmọ ẹwọ America sẹ no no aka on speech mu ama ọbẹka yẹmpo no in fact ọno akọka say even some people and I want to believe say it will be the light of the health if yẹmpo no they were all even saying say adia o kodi ho akoma o dey be there nya dey bet my but because he had that positivity mindset any possibility mindset oh say be yama with me yama adumi ye or some mention 2 billion Sinohydro deal ama anu ka do chire mu say enu for dey ba no ehia ayi bebre obstacles bebre he had to convince a lot of people and I believe even cabinet and for them to hold the view say okay what argument now is now a superior one so go ahead. And you know, so what can we now what can near one no or no as vice president the share and sapa now only did now what's me and you'll get to make a master and what by economy and what say and then 21st century so would be 2001 1990 economy no how it is managed with the back and memory one when you go at sunset and red and order no at first systems were not something that we as a national idea money priority be
okay
about the management of the economy now the near inflation and the petrol was at a kind budget here no be say better petrol one now no be as a better case now the world is evolving now now countries and the globe is now run by systems and so your lack of understanding of systems means that my engine and it's here to know economy now is also run on systems and what them say to know what about the monetary policy rate near Honda for Inana, the Bank of Ghana governor was fully in charge of that.
Okay. Now
about the fiscal aspect of the economy, the finance minister was also given that part. And then he, Dr. Adjumani was given the system aspect of the economy because we are now running every economy in this world by systems.
All right.
And then you know what fast system or digitization and the impact of him making the system so good. No, and the impact on the general economy. And he mentioned some of them. The fruit of a system of fire, say digitization, a system of fire. Abuama and then mobile money interoperability a year and Abuama and then Ghana card, yes, I say 10. Ghana card number not as about a year or 10. Until now, when we say we are expanding the tax net, I can't economy.
All right, so do missing.
That's why now a lot of people can be taxed now.
Yeah.
They identify and taxed now. But also can the efficiency of system at the port or the palace here they buy because the economy but this way is can free buy a port. And you know also a system that run over or the palace call one the revenue one before paperless no it has quadrupled. Amen. The business day I come. It's no one so but you fire the systems side no the contribution to the general economy no
all right.
And it's the point I'm making is that more than no now the economy of every country is run by systems and so your lack of understanding and appreciation any priority on systems now that's a maybe a book more economy than a year
all right.
Everybody has the right to interrogate it.
All right.
They can say, as a student of democracy, say the Babua, it should be policy based. Next to Mutokro, na ye busa ho questions, ni ye no, na ma o man no, yet me.
All right, in our Cletus and our tin and Kano, I made a fantastic submission by all standard. Cletus said that say, over to me the text messages no about 0247 849383 0247 849383. It's a train so the text messages in be brain na aba mame enkin kan bi emfa emam na yentro yen dwumadie no eso we I say hi, good afternoon, Mr. Host. Bawumia is saying he is just a mate, and Akufo-Addo don't allow him to deliver his work. At Asin North, Akufo-Addo said to the Congress, Bawumia ni ono yes ono na yes nyina wono. After that, a sitting primary school child asked Akufo-Addo, why do you choose Bawumia as your vice president? Akufo-Addo replied to the child, Bawumia is full of wisdom. He even took his ideas to develop the nation. Bawumia cannot be trusted. Andy Nkari. Okay, Andy, that's it. I'll say, this is Kechire from Kwanta. Bawumia has been chosen by God to lead Ghana, not Mahama. If Mahama did well in ruling, he wouldn't have been ejected in 2016. NPP all the way till thy kingdom come. NDC for you go explain Taya. Okay, yeah, that's it. My main text messages ni be so na mema inuya ba Grace Embrem. I say I support what Ofakle is saying. Bawumia all the way. One for Woodin Ama. We so from teacher constitution. From teacher constitution, we are more say, also why is JDM and his NDC are not behaving like angels in opposition? Somebody should tell JDM that he cannot become president in Ghana again because Ghanaians don't have short memory to forget doom so. Cancellation of training allowances and introduction of 3 months pay policy by his government. Greetings to Dr. Bawumia and Honorable Mavis in Kansan Boado and Honorable Chief of Staff Frema Opare, Teacher of Constitution, that say Enyumreye. Or say, we are not going to sit to allow ourselves for this call prophet to choose our leaders for us. This prophet introduced Akufo-Addo to us and took and look at where it has landed us. Kwesi Hagan and so they need the Ebaye. Or say the economic management team, they propose policies and solutions to the country. Okay. And so awesome and no. All right. In Grace, wait 2 minutes na your time now.
NDC for apart from now 24-hour economy. There are John Dramani Mahama the buyer. You have policy there the buyer. Person kind say.
Okay.
The better Ghana agenda. The Muna you can't say because yes, it's slim hono baby or crowd be what this be where they need two motor so then call hospital main hospital. The bed you basic what cheap compound.
Yeah.
And while you near Saka say you best start what free progressive what education.
Sure.
And I'm so my SCC what e-blocks. What I say every day what schools now you see to me near Bema better na on gather the facts well. Man me can't tell Ghana for say NDC any policy be apart from far policy be by apart from the 24-hour economy. Now osa say Europe Bawumia only the maybe bia no betimi because enye on na the president. Updating na dictate they also me kai as na me kai na obe confirm wa no. Dictation part ni de obagia tum na me say ka bibia tell say. Ono na begina simpi so ka tell say. Wachi dala no de safu akoma IGP. Eti hanu na or act in the capacity as what?
So no there.
As what?
EMT na.
As what you say? There is no way so betimi abegina aka tell Ghana for say. One can hold the baby a Ghana edu. I want to aba. Yentimi to bibia no. Ontimi nkasa ase.
Nfa bibia mo na na. Tina mo kan say oyeku etia no.
6 ɔse na nka menkyire mu
nse dɔɔso ase
ɔyɛ vice president mra no kyerɛ sɛ ɔsɛ ɔyi wɔ vice president in your absence ɔbɛyɛ den ɔbɛsi wɔ anan mu and even when you are here kra no obetumi a delegate wɔ tumi bi ama te sɛ deɛ ɔno a confirm sɛ ɔkɔɔ ne nan se kɔgye tumi sɛ ana nhyira sɛ ɔbɛdi dwuma about digitization etidie na esi kwan sɛ ɔsa gye tumi na wa save economy na ɛyɛ den akɔtɔ amene mu ɛdeɛ na esi ni kwan ebi sɛ economy na wo ba na do so deɛ wo economy ho nyansa
ndie ni nyansa no
sɛ kono kura na ɛsɛ edede kwa ɛyɛ kasa kwa na ne yɛ kafa wo tag ɛde bɔ wo sɛ ɔyɛ messiah no ka messiah wo ba nke stress ɔba ba ɛde ɔba ba gye timi ni aba matena aka sɛ wɔka on the president na emu na ɛka yɛ bɛgye atum wo yɛ head yɛ kasa obi chair a board it means bibia nkamfua no na bɛde obɛgye atum
but onkura the finance
ɛna nature of ono abetena sɛ wɔgye nhyira ɛwɔ baabi die na esi no kwan sɛ ne manfo etwa adwo ɛsere sɛ ahokyerɛ wɔ Ghana ɛnɛ dollar na ne yɛtɔ de yɛkɔfa nneɛma free China yɛfa nneɛma free UK no yɛntimi ntɔ
ntimi do ano si no
kwan sɛ ɔbɛsa kɔdi nhyira wɔde aba bɛ secure saa deɛ no bɛba bɛ ma inflation ayɛ dɛ ate aba fam ama dollar no ne cedi na ayɛ dɛ ayɛ pɛpɛɛpɛ anaasɛ mpo kan bɛgyina baabi a yɛwura John Dramani Mahama ejaye that is 3 cities 80%. So when timi anya saa asem we ya man na metena anka se wono de obi oje se na na do pe na betimi ayi de aka me pese me magana fo ye wapa wo nya the mess we are in now oye the brain odi muti empanifo me di wie no emfo kaka se bi se yesi pani a watena fie ma mo Fred Agwena kan
e kan nka fo
utum nya ko na dwumadi akodi no economic way board no so say obwa near drafting you ma be page Ghana e be liberate Ghana about the next level. So if we are where we are now the country say this a president can let us say ukra no fasobia news so ye bo ya page out ye tobo ya news so
okay
so kapra yin so me mo akasa mo antuka na do kra onye den.
All right, Adon Yedase. I say Kwame Dada from Nkinke to Dr. Bawumia and NPP don't have anything to gain apart from Entro. Kwame Dada Yedase. Claire, yeah, 30 seconds.
Mr. Manuami, it's 2 minutes. Yeah, make up with me now and say, it's here for just a couple percent. You're Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. It is not questionable. It is clear. Our Ghana Nibia say he has been the most effective vice president in the 4th Republic. Or no any vice president but me I don't say see Ubwaka say. I told them I tell them why you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. None of them will be. Zona Abba and ne etimi accept more than over 900,000 medical amount for no. Eye or no advice no di anymore. Ambulance. Na constituency bia e wo bi no. No the vice president Bawumia e di anymore pa. We had the digitization agenda any systems are there be a go be o te abuja o systems no ye matter 24/7. Systems are and every country in this world build this systems no. Yeah,
and you feel no dey ba won.
Ono so apega ko dum penpen so be ama and net the systems of the country somewhat is working and to continue to work. And to say pe oman pani abedi e che obon hu modern say. Na so o ka so ba be diga na enyim. No asaso the vision yet clearly stated unambiguous about. And let oman pani da bia no what executive powers obet ba ye na ma bebre a also oye na wantini anye na enne onam all kasa me ba meye we wa ba no watumi no ene obi a oni tumi na so watimi aye na ma we no no certain vision aba no
nti do anunsi no
ye bie mu na me de eye me de na me fese now the end is na me nya ba ka say on policy bi ye check primus no me re de ye nyine de bi now so the who am peniko amamu chief compound yes sa small you know na wo in
Nkronkitom yeah
2004 2004 and you start to yeah, start to money war, for
what time as what time as
yeah, from Zoom nest, no?
Yeah, I know. What time as
of national that's why I made himself.
All right.
For the first time, NDC has brought a policy of national discourse, whether you like it or not. That's
all right.
Where we want the country to move.
Clearly said that. Also, I'm not standing on behalf of NPP and NDC, but we like doing so because that time we were able to live stable. All right. Yeah, that's it. Ahana ebremema kwan ama yedi dwumadie ne nyina asie na me kwai mame mfa ntia kese pa ema Manuel Scouts and Locks omo obrema UGC last stop wa baby am koyi mitino no be hu se omo yitire fan pa ya chese om di yomo betini witini ade a etumi de ama nti Manuel Scouts and Locks obekwa akoto Evans ewo ho okwa akoto Tester Kobe na Messi so obitumi twa cut papa nti Brema UGC last stop hwa na yekwa koyeti mame mfa birthday wishes we emfa ma yenua bema odi odumankoma ba na Kofi Asante agudie odumankoma ba na Kofi Asante agudie we free Omar Sterling oye wusku san aha wose no papa you picture we free so na no what say all right enti for ba kono to enti Omar aso nyankopon sha na wonya okese na oma wonyini nkwa adumu nti odumankoma ba na Kofi Asante ene Omamba Television Network yesi yema wo official pa na wo father Omar Sterling on to say Oma wo official pa. All right Omar ya wie free so mi die ya mi yi wa manye wo di abema yi picture abeto so Omar adwuma be na ni mi die Omar ye pon ye ko eti yeni aba Felicia na wo fidua mu ha sa enso so na ye kan say Jane onso so na wo handle camera no etumi e de ma freestyle wo fidua mu ha na Pastor Randy Omar Sterling MCR papa ya chese wa borasta wa ye dreadlocks a chese ifin bia ni ho eti Omar ba bia wo bia mechia enti ene Cletus eba isaso na yenua ba Grace eba enti na meka se Manuel Scouts and Locks omo ewo Brema UGC okwa akoto Kobe okwa akoto Tester na Evans na Messi ono a Messi na yi mi na chese ombetwa haircuts papa enti ye ko Brema UGC last stop hwa na kesifo ni nyina ombeyi omu tinti ba bia mo bia no ye chia mo midin edise primus so odom ne dom ya Monday ye beto aso.
And the worst one is the economic management team. Now people are running away. Now that the economy has collapsed, the solid team, those who were part of the solid team, people are washing their hands and saying they don't know anything about it. And yet, when Baumia was mentioning their names, they were sitting there and clapping. They were all happy. Professor Jambafo, Honorable Osafo Mafo, Kendo Furiata. What a solid team. Alan Tremantin. This is the solid team. Solid team, yeah. They finished us. Kwata. And the sad thing is, when you ask them, oh, it's because of Ukraine war. Ukraine-Russia war is because of COVID-19. COVID-19, Lafika. COVID-19, Lafika. During COVID-19, you got more money than any other West African country. IMF alone gave you $1 billion. Then they gave you a second time, $1